Hey family, welcome back to another episode of Ohtobewhole with your girl Camille Young. How are you doing on today? Y'all, what's up, Holy Rollers? How you doing? Glad to have you here with me. Y'all, I'm gonna jump in and jump out. This is just something I gotta say. Vote or shut up. Okay. VOTE, vote or shut up. It gets on my nerves, people who always got something to say about the state of the world, the state of our city, the state of our nation, all of these things, and your butt don't even vote. People vote for presidential elections and all of that. And people really hard on our city. I live in Memphis, and of course we have our woes. We have things going on. But when only 12% of people who are coming out to vote, when you got, I think the number is, I think it was when you have 700,000 registered people who are registered to vote in our county, and only 13% of them come out and vote. Y'all shut up. Quit talking about the city. Quit talking about what's happening in the county. Quit talking about what's not happening, doing all this negative talk about what's happening in our city, because you didn't even get your lazy butt up to go and vote. We have 2 weeks of early voting where you can go anywhere in the county and vote. You don't even have to go to your specified precinct. None of that. You got 2 weeks of that, and they even open on Saturdays for you to go and vote. Open for at least 9 to 12 hours. I can't remember how long. And you don't even take your butt to vote. You don't even prioritize going in to vote. But then got the nerve, got the unmitigated gall to complain. You want to complain, but you won't go and vote. Y'all, I know I'm fussing, but it's really, really frustrating to me that things are happening right under our noses, and you have not, and those of you who have not, thank you to those. Let me lighten up. Thank you to those who have voted and will vote on election day. I always suggest early voting because election day, things can happen. Bad weather, you get sick, car accident, traffic, something happens at work, something happens in your family, at home, emergency. Go ahead and early vote, okay? Go ahead and early vote so you can get that out the way. And then if things don't turn out the way you want them to, okay, you can't control that part, but control what you can control. And what is that? Go out and vote. Take your children vote. Encourage those who work with you to vote. Your family members, your church members, your friends. Encourage them to vote because your vote does matter. That's why a lot of things that are happening have happened because people did not cast their vote. It don't matter. They're going to do what they want to do anyway. That is true when you don't vote. Okay. So I just wanted to put that out here. Y'all, your vote matters. And as I said earlier, we do these elections, we vote in these national elections, with the president and things of that sort. But y'all, it's what's happening locally impacts you more than what happens to you nationally. I'm not talking about this because I'm not new to voting. I vote locally and I vote nationally because I recognize what's happening within my city and my state directly impacts what happens with my life. Okay? Voting for here we have county commissioners and we have city council members. Okay? We have a city mayor and we have a county mayor. All right? We are not a metropolis as of yet. So what happens to us locally, you gotta go vote, y'all. Even I've begun, I don't watch all of them, but I watch the city council and county commission meetings. Things are happening, y'all, right under our noses, and we don't even know it. Because why? We don't vote. Okay? We don't vote. Y'all, get up and vote. Go out and vote. And if you don't, shut up. Quit saying what folk ain't doing for you. The main complainers, I found, the people who complain the most are the ones who do not vote. Some of them not even registered to vote. Okay? And then those of you who are registered to vote, you don't exercise your right to do so. All right? So I know I'm fussing. I'm fussing because a lot is happening. A lot is happening, and some of it is happening because of the lack of people getting in the booths and voting. All right? So wherever you are, I don't care wherever you're watching from, make sure if you live in that city, vote locally. All right? Or get you an absentee if you still, your voter's registration is still in the city where you were born or before you moved. Get your absentee and vote. Don't let that be an excuse for you not to vote. Well, I live here, but my voters' rights are in this city or state. Y'all, come on, we need to take it more seriously. We don't take voting serious enough. I tell my sisters, and she does it anyway, but she takes her girls with her to vote so that they can see that she prioritizes and know that, baby, the expectation is you need to vote. Okay? And we take it very serious, especially as an African American people. All of the things that were done for us to be able to even have the right to vote, and not have to worry about our lives being threatened. It wasn't so long ago. It wasn't but about 5 decades ago that people were murdered, people were threatened, people were harassed that looked like me because they wanted the right to vote. Okay? People were lynched for the right to vote. And you can say, well, that was back then, that was now. But if they didn't do that back then, we wouldn't have that right now. Or we would be having the same challenges that they had then. Okay? Let's not take voting for granted. Let's get out and do what we need to do. Okay? Vote. Vote, or shut your mouth and deal with what happens. But you are hurting others in the process of you not taking your right to vote seriously. Okay? All right. Look, that's all I got, y'all. I do love you. I love you. I just had to tell you. Go vote, baby. Go vote. All right? All right. Thank you so much for joining me on today. Be sure to subscribe, like, share, comment down. Hit that thumbs up for me, y'all. All right? Thank you so much for joining me. And until next time, you know what it is. God bless.